Murray seems to have just been eating something. I'm guessing that he's the only employee in his hotel, so he can't just go and leave his position at the counter to go and eat. Murray seems to have just been The knife hasn't been used. I'll take it. Maybe I can still find a use for it. That way goes to the wing with the guests' rooms. They would once have been the sanatorium inmate cells. Room 13. That's Angelina's room. And that's my room, number 12. First I'll get rid of this rucksack, and then I need to find a way to get into Angelina's room. That's better. Strange. The wall doesn't look like it belongs here. Looks temporary to me. It's pretty dark back there, but it looks like the passage simply hasn't been renovated. Let's see. A few crime stories, poetry collections, fairy tales, horror stories. Just the thing for a relaxing night in a hotel. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna have one of those. A wooden clock with a glass cover and some carving on it. Yep, that's how it's done. I've got him. 2 1.5-volt batteries. The idea is very much that you sit yourself in this armchair, read one of the books from over there, while quietly smoking a pipe or a cigar. Judging by the ashtray, it looks like that hasn't happened for some time, though. It's sparkling. Allardyce matches. Sounds like there's still a few in here. There's a newspaper lying on the glass table. Maybe a service for the guests. Oh no, can't be. The paper's already several weeks old. Probably so little going on here that Murray hardly ever gets back here to tidy up. Nothing's older than yesterday's paper, but I don't have to read it. I think I'll just take a few pages. What's that then? A soul key?
They are powerful, magical artifacts. After the murders 12 years ago, the police seized documents from the castle. Amongst them were also pictures of these soul keys. Samuel Golden must have been nigh on obsessed by them. The police believe that Samuel had several of them.
Perhaps the devil himself gave him the order to do it.
Perhaps. What's for certain is that he killed for it, and that the keys, assuming they ever existed, disappeared when he committed suicide.
And what has that got to do with this plastic trash?
That's no trash! Do you know how expensive it was to produce thousands of these and ship them here? Pal, that cost me a fortune.
Thousands! How many have you sold?
Put it this way, I won't need to reorder in the near future. Even though they're so fantastic, but they even light up when you put a battery in them.
Oh, awesome! Thanks for the chat, Murray.
My pleasure.
A steel-framed conservatory. It's quite obvious that it's a newer addition to the rest of the building. A big heap of wet leaves. The gardener must have raked them together from off the lawn. I've got the crumpled newspaper in the middle, next to the leaves which aren't so wet. The newspaper's lit. The leaves next to it are just charring. They're not gonna burn, they're too damp for that. Murray? There's smoke outside. I hope the hotel isn't gonna burn down around our heads.
Bugger! Oh!
As long as Murray's outside putting out the fire, I can take Angelina's key unnoticed. Now we'd like to have that. The key for room number 13. Hopefully I might find some evidence of Angelina's whereabouts in her room.
Those little brats! They've no idea how dangerous that is. They should...
the young are really bad. Let's see. A few clothes hangers, a clothes rail, a few drawers. Everything empty and squeaky clean. A thick, heavy, and very old-fashioned bedspread. There are woolen threads around the edges. Cover, but I can take the wooden thread as a souvenir. It wouldn't be the first time something like that had come in useful. A thick-walled but relatively squat glass. You'd normally be drinking a drop of the hard stuff out of this kind of glass. Interesting. Several cut lemons, and there's a sliver of wood stuck in one of them. Here's a few sheets of writing paper. Now, did Angelina make any notes about her investigations? A white-painted ribbed radiator. The heating's lukewarm. What's that? One of the pictures I took of Angelina. That's gotta be a clue for me.